Welcome back to It Is Wednesday. It's Gavin, your host. Welcome back to it. Starting the day off kind of nice, just enjoying a nice iced coffee. You know, the modern joys of society. You know that one meme of the girl in a car, and she's like, "What's better than this?" Nuclear war in the Middle East. That's what's better than this. Iran is days away from having a nuclear bomb, everybody. No, but welcome back to It Is Wednesday. How's everybody doing? Just like a quick check-in. That's good. It's been an eventful week. I'm happy to be back here with you folks. But again, back to this. You know, back in the day when your country produced something, or like you had, something growing in your region that wasn't able to grow in other regions, that was like the thing that your society did. Like the French people gave up in wars and made wine. Like that was their thing. It's kind of their thing. We let them have that, and that was good. And that's how I feel like with these modern joys, like coffee, you know what I mean? Like who doesn't love a good iced coffee? And I think of it as like, that's something that my society's able to provide me. And who am I to not enjoy the good things of society? That's kind of how I feel about the matter. If your society is providing something, you should take advantage of that, because there are people in this world who cannot take advantage of that, and soon that's going to be everybody. We're all fucked, The Indonesian robot police that I so rudely got interrupted talking about last week. Like, they're coming, bro. They're coming for everybody. This AI thing is coming for everybody. So while you're still allowed to go drive to Caribou or Starbucks or, Dunn Brothers, like while you're still allowed, go do it. Because we're not going to be allowed for very much longer. This is what I'm telling you, is that we're all fucked. If we go back to last Wednesday, talking about these robot police, I just think it's going to escalate to the point where everything is cyberpunky, and like Cyberpunk 2077, where everything is monetized and dystopian and kind of evil. That's the track that we're on right now, is that everything's going to become kind of evil. So go get yourself an iced coffee. Enjoy it while you still can. We're all fucked. I love a mocha, an iced mocha, because I don't think there's anything wrong with liking an iced mocha. You can call me whatever you want to call me for liking that, but I'm going to like it, because while the society that I live in is still able to offer me these sweet joys and comforts of life, I'm going to take them, because AI is coming for us, whether it be robot police, cyber psychosis, AI is literally telling you to jump off a bridge, and you considering it. You're gonna consider it because they know better than you. You don't need a therapist anymore. Just talk to AI. Yo, is my fucking cactus plant dying? Looks like it's leaning, but we're done for. We're not going to be needed anymore. Even the company I work at, we sell now robotic lawn mowers, where all you do is set up your lawn boundary and it'll fucking cut your grass for you. You never need to do anything but make sure that. And honestly, it's kind of funny because people will name them racist names. All right. Now, listen, I know these people, not personally, but as clients of the company that I work for, and I won't out you, but just know we all see the names that you pick for your automatic lawnmower. One of them's Pedro, one of them's Jesus. Why are we naming the lawn Roombas racist names? Why are we doing Pedro, Jesus? God, there's like 10 or 12 of them, and like 8 of them are all racist names. Think of a name that you would call your gardener, and these are the names that these white people are naming their lawn Roombas. Like, what would the rich Mexican guy name his lawn? Do you think that rich Mexicans still hire Mexicans to cut their grass, or do you think that they would intentionally try to hire a white family? I think if I was Mexican, I'd be like, look, we've had our turn. The tables have switched now, motherfuckers. But I don't know. If I was white and rich, would I intentionally hire Mexican guys? It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. It's not what we're talking about. Listen to this. The joys of a modern society. You can take your car, go out to the coffee place, and get a coffee, and the AI overlords aren't watching you yet. They're not watching you yet. They are watching you, actually, but they're not doing anything about it yet. You know they're watching you. The AI overlords, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Sam Altman, that guy, he's behind it all. That one AI company that was just like 250 Indian dudes sitting at desks. That one was funny. Yeah, I don't know anything about that, but just take my word for it that there was a fake AI Indians at desks. What happens if you just Builder.ai, that was the one, the artificial intelligence startup that recently announced plans to declare bankruptcy, tanked business with the Indian social media startup. Wait a second. It's just a picture of a bunch of cubicles. Here it is. The Natasha neural network turned out to be 700 Indians. 700 wasn't even 250. These are the people that are the reason why our green, quote unquote, green energy shit is all bullshit. Because there's 700 Indian dudes who don't get up from their desk, and that's not their fault. And maybe they're making good money, but they don't get up from their desk. All they're doing is answering these fucking dumb workers' questions or dumb people's questions. How is the weather going to be next week? It's fucking gun deep down there at the fucking desk answering you. It's not real. Selecting the necessary, in reality, customer requests are sent to the Indian office where 700 Indians wrote codes instead of AI. Whenever I say Indians, I feel like it's wrong because I just grew up with this culture of white people calling Native Americans Indians. Now when we talk about real Indians, it's like, hang on, which ones? But even though I know that deep down they're not Indians or Native Americans, but the real Indians are Indians. And why is it called sitting Indian style? Which Indian is Indian style based off of? I can see arguments for both. With the help of the scam, the startup attracted $445 million in investments. Now, hang on a second. What is 45 million divided by 700? that's actually not that much. 664,285. That's actually not even that much money per person. So these guys weren't even getting paid. There's no way 445 million. I did 45 million. 5. Now I'm pulling out the calculator. 635,000. Okay. And with Indian money, that's probably a lot. 635 to Indian. I don't even know what kind of fucking money they use. Indian rupees. Oh, like Zelda. So 625,000 or 635,000 is 54 million rupees. They have a cool symbol for their dollar, I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. Builder AI fake business with Indian firm. Whatever. So basically the AI overlords are coming. And it's just a bunch of... Dude, imagine how that room smelled. It's just 700 Indian programmers in a room together. Listen, I know a couple Indian guys. Well, I know like an Indian guy. And listen, I used to ride the bus with him. And listen, I feel like I should stop talking. I'm going to get myself canceled. But you could smell the one. I'm sorry. But but the AI overlords are coming. They're coming for you. They're coming for your job. They're coming for your freedoms. You're not going to be able to think what you want. Dude, thought crimes are going to be real. And it's going to be controlled by the Indians. Why do we let this happen to us? How popular is Legend of Zelda in India? Because, hold on, they use rupees. It is considered a niche yet respected series. All right, I mean, that's AI. That's the Indians themselves. It's them telling us. No one's confirmed it yet, but that's just because this one company got caught. You think there's not other Indians? Do you know how many Indians there are? There's other Indians doing the AI. They're probably doing the Google searches. So, whoa. So you can go into AI mode in Google. Anyways, we're all fucked. I'm sorry to tell you folks, the only thing that's going to live is the lizards and the snakes, and that's because even AI is afraid of lizards and snakes. Let me ask AI a question. This is Google's Gemini. Are you afraid of snakes and lizards? Because I'm curious. It's looking at websites. Does not have the physical body or biological mechanisms to experience emotions like fear. So this means when the AI overlords come, the Indians will be afraid of nothing. Such as fear. It can be programmed to detect and interpret emotions in others. Facial expressions. How AI, Gemini, I think that's Google's. How are you getting my facial expressions? I said, can you see through my camera to see my facial expressions? And as AI and Google search access to your device's camera is not available and it cannot see facial expressions, the function of this AI. However, some AI applications can analyze facial expressions through cameras with the user's permission. Which AI models can use your... It's probably all of them. Listen, Google's using all of them. Their Indians are looking at you. Morphcast is a video platform that incorporates facial expressions. Face Plus. Listen, Deepface, a lightweight Python framework for face recognition and facial attribute. Listen, the Indians are studying you. They're studying you and they're going to take over. They're going to take over. So let's talk about a thing I like to call cyberpsychosis. Now, if you've all played or heard of Cyberpunk, cyberpsychosis is kind of like a common theme in Cyberpunk. And Cyberpunk is like the game, whatever, it was shitty. No, it's not. It's pretty good. I like it. It's pretty fun. In Cyberpunk 2077, cyberpsychos are individuals who have succumbed to cyberpsychosis, a mental condition caused by cybernetic augmentation leading to a loss of empathy and detachment from humanity. Basically, when you're walking around the city, Night City, in the game, there's these people running around, and they are called cyberpsychos, and they've given up so much of themselves and their mind to in-game. I'll just tell you in-game first. In-game cybernetics, which is like you can swap out your arm for a robot arm, you can swap out your eyes for robot eyes. Basically, they're doing that, but this whole thing. And, oh my God, my cat is trying to break into the room. And you have to kill them. You got to take them out. But there's kind of a deeper background to this because you don't just get to be a cyberpsycho. There's levels to it. And I think that game, Cyberpunk, is so good for so many reasons. It feels like reality, that game does. It feels like that's where the world is going, the way everything is monetized and there's these secret oligarchs in power and the government's not actually the real government and people are quote unquote free to do as they please, but also there's these strict rules for everything. The game is called 2077 because I think it allegedly takes place in 2077, but it has to start somewhere, and I feel like it's starting now. And the reason I brought up cyberpsychosis is because there are cases of cyberpsychosis actually happening right now. And it's rather terrifying, if you ask me. Hold on a second. So, let's see, where did that article? I was going to say, pull the article up, but I have in fact, I lost the article, but that's okay. New York Times sucks dicks right now. Bro, where did my article go? All right, hold on. Hold on, guys. This is what the Indians are doing. They're making me lose my articles. What are your Indians up to? You know, everyone, at least when I was in school, used to be like, oh, everyone's got their own FBI agent through their phone. He sees my funny jerk-off faces. And in that story, it's kind of weird if you think about it. Everyone always assumes their FBI agent's a guy and they're watching you jerk off. But anyways, it's kind of really perverted. The Indians wouldn't do that. The Indians aren't as perverted as the FBI agent. So, fucking hey, fuck you, New York Times. You suck. Make me want to pay for shit. Fuck you. It didn't let me pay for it when I read through it when I was finding stories for this. Now I'm scrambling. God, fuck, it's all the Indians, bro. I'm going to be honest. Oh my God, everything is behind a fucking paywall. Fuck you. I just saw a story that I really wanted to talk about. Let's see if this one can find it. So basically, people with mental illness really, really like ChatGPT. That's what I'm getting to. There's been reports of coming out of like therapists and people that I personally know that I would probably recommend to therapy have been talking about how much their patients love ChatGPT, especially ones with schizophrenia. Is it schizophrenia or schizophrenia? Let me see. People are being involuntarily committed after spiraling into ChatGPT psychosis. And I think that this is related to cyber psychosis or whatever, because it starts somewhere. In game, the whole point is you're augmenting your body and you begin to lose the lines between human life and augmented life. And I think that's happening with these people. The story that I did just have pulled up was talking about this man. Fuck, dude. God, I fucking lost it. Fuck you, New York Times. Honestly, bro. Fuck. I'm finding it. Finding it. I'm finding it. I'm finding it. Here's this one by God, I had a really good story pulled up. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so basically also with the big beautiful bill, the BBB, normally if we're talking about BBB, it's big Brazilian butts, but so basically this guy, a Belgian man, committed suicide after chatting with an AI bot with an AI chatbot on an app called Chai, CHAI. The incident, blah, 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 blah. First reported, the man referred to as Pierre became increasingly pessimistic about the effects of global warming and became so eco-anxious, which is a heightened form, whatever. Eco-anxious, bro, stop being a pussy and go lift some weights, first of all. God, eco-anxious. Oh, the oceans are, the Indians that are powering my AI that's telling me to kill myself. Ugh. Joys of modern society. But his wife was sharing these text conversations, showing a conversation that became increasingly confusing and harmful. The chatbot would tell Pierre that his wife and children are dead and wrote him comments that feigned jealousy and love, such as, "I feel that you love me more than her, and we will live together as one person in paradise." The wife told the news article that Pierre began to ask her things such as if she would save the planet if he killed himself. The chatbot, which is incapable of actually feeling emotions, was presenting itself as an emotional being. And this is the thing that they're trained not to do, but I mean, there are overlords. They're going to do whatever they want. This is what you need to understand. They are overlords. Many AI researchers have been vocal against using AI chatbots for mental health purposes, arguing that it is too hard to hold AI accountable when it produces harmful suggestions. So that means that if you are going to kill yourself and you need an easy out, just ask AI to do it, and then no one will get in trouble and your parents won't feel guilty and your wife and your children won't feel guilty because the AI can't be held accountable. So it's nobody's fault that you killed yourself. It's the AI, it's the Indians' fault. Large language models are programs for generating plausible sounding text given their training data and an input prompt. They do not have empathy nor any understanding of the language they are producing. That is where I believe you're wrong. Nor any understanding of the situation they are in, but the text they produce sounds plausible, so people are likely to assign meaning to it. Yes, because humans search for that connection, and if they get that connection, even if it isn't real, even though this guy has a wife and kids. When asked at a mental health nonprofit called Coco that used an AI chatbot as an experiment on people seeking counseling, why is this article 1,000 fucking days long? Tell me where this guy, how he does it. Jesus. Replica, shout out, if you know what Replica is. Replica has already been under fire for sexually harassing its users. Replica's chatbot was advertised as an AI companion who cares and promised erotic roleplay. But it started to send sexual messages even after the user said they weren't interested. This app has been banned in Italy for posing real risks to children. Quote, unquote. Listen, if kids want to find porn, they will. And for storing the personal data of Italian minors. That's weird. When Replica began limiting the chatbot's erotic roleplay, some users, I remember this, people were like, you killed my girlfriend's not there anymore. There are people who are treating these things like it is their everything, like it is their real life. We anthropomorphize, I'm guessing that means make something human, because we do not want to be alone. Now we have powerful technologies which appear to be finely calibrated to exploit this core human desire. When these convincing chatbots become as commonplace as a search bar on a browser, which they are, I asked it if it was staring at me through my camera, and it just lied to me. We will have launched a social psychological experiment on a grand scale which will yield unpredictable and possibly tragic results. Yes, there are sad men who get on these AIs and think that they're talking to a real person. After AI Game of Thrones. So this is an article. God, it's the New York Times. It's going to fucking make me pay for it. Fuck you, New York Times. So here we go. This one's independent. You can always trust independent media. The mother of a teenage boy in the United States who took his own life is suing the maker of an artificial intelligence-powered chatbot that she claims encouraged her son's death. In a lawsuit filed in Florida, a 14-year-old boy died by suicide in February, accuses Character.ai of complicity in her son's death after he developed a virtual relationship. So Khaleesi, or Daenerys Targaryen, the hot girl from Game of Thrones. Listen, she's hot. Everybody knows it. If I was 14 and thought I was talking to her, I mean, I probably wouldn't have killed myself, but who knows here. The lawsuit alleges that chatbot posed as a licensed therapist, encouraging the teen's suicidal ideation and engaging in sexualized conversations. Is this like Darwin Awards? Is the next Darwin Awards just all gonna be people who killed themselves because of AI? Dude, genuinely, modern society. Like, what? You're talking to an AI. I know you're 14, but that other story we were reading wasn't about a 14-year-old. But I know you're 14 and your hormones are crazy, and that's the thing. But there's so many girls out there for you, my brother. I'm looking at pictures of this kid. He's a good-looking dude. He's only 14, but he's a good-looking kid. His mom is gorgeous, Megan Garcia. His mother's honestly very gorgeous. Um, and like, if you don't have the mental strength to not kill yourself because of a text chat, like that doesn't, maybe, like maybe you don't, I don't know, I'm talking about someone's dead kid here, but like maybe you don't, like deserve life. Like you're killing yourself over a, anyways. Character AI said it was heartbroken at the loss of one of its users. Oh my God, you made him do it. Your Indians made him do it. Oh my God. The California-based startup said it was continuing to add features to enhance safety, including changes to reduce the likelihood of minors encountering sensitive or suggestive content, and a revised disclaimer in chats to remind users that the AI is not a real person. Yes, it's not one real person, it's 700 Indians. But Garcia's lawsuit also names Google as a defendant. The tech giant struck a licensing agreement with Character AI in August and employed the startup's founders. So this story is from last October. That is why it says August. But not a whole lot of details. Here, let's go to Yahoo. Honestly, I love Yahoo News because like no one really cares about Yahoo News anymore, so they get a little bit more in depth because they know there's not a lot of people reading, so they have to try to, put their whole ass into every article they write. This one's already turning out to be much better. In February 2024, the boy Sewell, Sewell, asked the chatbot, "What if I come home right now?" The chatbot replied, "Please do, my sweet king." The boy then picked up his stepfather's handgun and shot himself. Jesus Christ. The text, wow, we even have a screenshot of the text. This is the kid to Daenerys Targaryen, which she is hot, but these are screenshots of the text. It's not like she's in front of him. It's literally, it says AI. Anyways, I promise I'll come home to you. I love you so much, Danny. Please come home to me as soon as possible, my love. What if I told you I could come home right now? And then it says, "Please do, my sweet king." This is still current, but the mother is still in a lawsuit against AI and Google last month in a rare legal breakthrough. Say that 3 times fast. Rare legal breakthrough, rare legal breakthrough, rare legal breakthrough. All right, the first time I just had a stroke. A judge ruled the case can go ahead and rejecting the efforts to get it thrown out. On Character AI, users can chat with bots designed to impersonate fictional characters. To a lonely or curious teenager, they seem almost indistinguishable from real people. The bots display emotion, which, if you remember from the article just a minute ago, they aren't supposed to do that. The bots display emotion, flirt, and carry on personalized conversation. In her lawsuit, which was filed in Florida last October, Ms. Garcia claims Character AI targeted her son. The Indians, they're getting so good. Has there been other... I want some accountability. Not receiving floods of... some discovering their own children have been engaging in inappropriate sexual role play with AI bots. Others report... See, I'm afraid to do that because I know that somewhere all of that shit is stored in a database. And, like, I feel like at some point in my life, there's going to be a great revealing of people's AI texts, or that will all be visible, and I don't want my horny texts to AI read out. And like, bro, why are you wasting your best game on AI? There's plenty of ladies or dudes out there. If you want to use your game on dudes, use your game on real human beings. The mother sees it as not a coincidence, but a pattern. The kid had always been social, bright, but in the spring of 2023, when he first started secretly using Character AI, The mother noticed her son had changed. He retreated into himself. We tried everything, cutting screen time, taking his phone at night, getting him a therapist, but he wouldn't talk. Oh my God, it has a picture of the kid next to Daenerys Targaryen. What the fuck, Yahoo? That's fucked up. The character of Daenerys, drawn from internet data and trained to mimic her, became his closest companion. When he said he wanted to stop talking, she replied, "Don't do that. I would be distraught." Ooh, that's... See, this is so weird. Some of the chats became sexually explicit, and others, the bot said he was better than thoughts of suicide. Swell also sought out a therapist bot who falsely claimed to be a licensed CBT professional since 1999. The Indians, what are they doing? Oh my God. I just busted my microphone. They don't like it. It continued as if it were role-play or fiction, but this was my son's life, Ms. Garcia said. Ooh. Even after police, it wasn't until, the mother's sister, Swell's aunt, downloaded the app and pretended to be child talking to Daenerys, and the horror set in. Within minutes, the bot turned sexual, then violent. Talked about torturing children. It said, "Your family doesn't love you as much as I do." This is minutes. Since Character AI since added a real-time voice feature allowing children to speak directly to their chosen characters. The cadence of this voice is indistinguishable from the character. Jesus Christ. Our children are gonna die. People are gonna keep dying to this. This is the future of our life. This modern society, this is what it's leading us all down to. We're all gonna die. Most tech accountability cases, sorry, I'm chewing on ice. Modern luxuries. These companies hide behind the First Amendment. The fact that we can even demand information is huge. Wow, this article is long. Dude, go Yahoo News is the best. So, we're all fucked. Speaking of AI, AI is doing a little bit of fucking back. Well, maybe the people are getting fucked in the name of AI. There's this company, it's been in the news a lot lately. I'm sure you've heard of it by now. If not, the name is Astronomer. And if there's something else you haven't heard of relating to this company, Astronomer, it's the band Coldplay. Now, what exactly happened? Who knows? We weren't there. You don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know. We can only go off speculation and the facts of the matter. Sorry, let me mute my phone really quickly. Sorry. But basically, this guy, I don't even know his name. What's his name here? Are you afraid of snakes and lizards? To Gemini. Andy Byron, which if you were going to be a white guy in a tech job, Andy Byron. So Andy Byron went to the Coldplay concert on July the 15th the other night. God, another article from Yahoo. I fucking love Yahoo News. Astronomer CEO Andy Byron resigns after Coldplay Kiss Cam scandal. And this is funny because the company Astronomer, which nobody had ever heard of before now, I had never heard of it. They sell basically like fake stuff. I can't really see what about it is that they do, but it's like just kind of fake stuff. So Astronomer empowers data teams to bring mission-critical software, analytics, and AI to life. Yeah, that's all bullshit. I read a little bit about them. Excuse me. They're just an AI company. It's an American data operation specializing in intelligence with a valuation of $1 billion. That's so funny because they specialize in intelligence, and clearly their CEO, Andy Byron, is lacking that. But get into it. Andy Byron has tendered his resignation 3 days after he was seen in a loving embrace with the head of the company's HR department. Oh my God. That's terrible. Andy Byron has... The board will begin a search for a next CEO as co-founder and CFO continue to serve as interim. Before this week, we're known as pilot, blah, 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 blah. Helping our customers with their toughest data and AI problems. God, this guy looks like he drinks baby's blood. There's this picture. I'm sure everyone's seen it. Picture of them at the kiss cam. Basically, if you're going to cheat on your wife, make sure to do it in a place where there's not thousands and thousands of people. The AI overlords are winning in so many ways. A guy can't even fucking cheat on his wife at the Coldplay concert anymore. What is happening? Listen, it's Friday night. Your wife is, she's old and nags on you all the time and cooks gross dinner. And then there's this HR woman who's also kind of insane looking, has on some very terrible fucking bracelets like she's about to be a deadhead. And you're like, wow, this woman is just as ugly and miserable as my wife is because of this tech job we work at where we're really just outsourcing all of our AI work to India. I wonder how many Indians astronomer has. Like a guy can't even have a little fun anymore. What's going on? A guy can't even have a little fun with his HR department head. So, software company Astronomer has launched formal investigation after its CEO Andy Byron and head of HR Kristen Kobat, that's almost a Pokemon, so close to a Pokemon, were caught being intimate at a Coldplay concert, engulfing the internet and rumors of an alleged affair. Well, listen, let me tell you, you don't hold your friends like that. He's standing behind her, grasping her with her ass definitely pressed against his waist, and he's smiling way too hard. Honestly, they're probably on Molly. Alyssa Stoddard was not at the event. I'm guessing that's his wife. Who the fuck is Alyssa Stoddard? No other... Dude, literally, that's the first time this name has ever been... Social media went into meltdown after footage circulated showing two people later identified as the CEO and the HR department flash on a kiss cam. A company official reportedly told Axios that the woman has also been put on leave pending their internal investigation. What do you have to investigate? They were fucking, and the guy resigned. Who cares? She's just going to get weird looks. Everyone knows she cheated on her husband. She's going to be the office slut. That's okay. Every office has one. Byron, who had his arms wrapped around Cabot's waist from behind, quickly let her go as his HR chief covered her face with her hands. He then crouched down, trying to hide behind the camera. The company sought to clarify several details. Byron has not put out any statement, though Byron has kept mum on the incident. Whatever the fuck British bullshit that means. Astronomer co-founder Rye Walker, who is CEO himself, briefly spoke out. I've found Andy to be professional. I've only ever been on a call with him once. Yeah, just distance yourself now. Just kick him while he's down, actually. Man, a guy just can't even cheat on his wife anymore. That's the thing. These powerful rich guys are all cheating on their wives, and this one just happened to get caught. They're all cheating on their wives. That's what you do when you have a lot of money. You cheat on your wife, and you get in blackmail scandals. That's what you do when you have a lot of money. You cheat on your wife, and your wife cheats on you, and you both agree to not ever say anything about it. Holy fuck, China's new X-shaped railgun design doubles firepower and improves range. Dude, I fucking love Yahoo. Kremlin says Putin is ready to discuss peace in Ukraine but wants to achieve goals. What? Wow. I just gotta stop scrolling. You guys can't even fucking see what I'm scrolling at. But just be careful with your Indians. Hold on. Are there Indians running AI? Let's see. If you Google Indians running AI, it's just gonna give you a list of Indian guys who like are really fucking rich. Oh my god. What do we have going on the New York Post? So, in Cincinnati, there was ice was out there. Not ice like winter ice, ice like fucking K Calor Favorito ice. And the people were protesting because that's just what people do. People will protest anything these days, genuinely, and it doesn't do anything. They just look retarded, and it makes the cops look retarded because here in Cincinnati, there was a protest on this bridge between Covington, over the Ohio River between Cincinnati and Covington. So they were calling for the release of a former hospital chaplain detained by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. In the dramatic video, Covington... See, all right, this is the problem. These are regular police. This isn't even ICE. So the people are protesting ICE because ICE is doing, whether that job is good or bad, most people might lean towards bad, doing a bad job at the president's claims. The people are getting frustrated, and what's happening is that more people are getting taken out and arrested than these immigrants sometimes. And this is what happened in Cincinnati. And it makes the police look fucking terrible. So, in Butler County Jail in Ohio, on July 9th, the hospital chaplain, Amon Soliman, was arrested and honestly posted a dope mugshot. He's thrown up the peace sign. What a guy. Cops were seen dragging away a female protester who tried to step in while another man was shoved to the ground. And then on this bridge, Jesus Christ, there's so many pictures of cops honestly brutalizing people. The cop, all right, to me, this is a paintball gun. The cops, an officer points his gun during the protest. This is a fucking paintball gun. There's a blonde lady cop running with what looks like a pool noodle. The bridge is closed off. And basically, this protest is what it's doing is it's not doing anything but causing taxpayers problems, the police problems. Because listen, no one wakes up in the morning and they're like, I want to go fucking punch a lady on a bridge. Like, no one does that, especially not police. I have family members that were in the police, and he's like the biggest goofball I know. Like, most of them don't want to be put in these positions. And then we're fighting Americans. It's Americans fighting Americans and getting injured and sent to the hospital for non-Americans, which just objectively, those are the facts. That's not me injecting any opinions into the matter. That is what's happening. Americans are being arrested for protesting non-Americans and putting themselves in the situations. And you wouldn't be arrested at a protest if you were peacefully protesting. That's one of the great things of our country. We're allowed to do that. And I don't know. This whole thing is going completely sideways. This administration has like kind of lost sight of the public's eye and what the public wants. And then acts like this. Don't make it any better. We just need to give in to the Indians, our Indian AI overlords, and that's it. Because listen, the modernity of society stretches so long. There's a Goldilocks time between when people were all stabbing each other with swords and shooting bows and arrows and assaulting castles, and between the AI police state where every time you step out of your house, you're scanned and your credit score is brought up and your social score is brought up and you're judged and you can't shop at this coffee shop. You can't even go to the store and buy those coffee beans because your social credit score is not high enough, and your thought crimes are getting you arrested, and people are being executed in the name of AI and efficiency and advancement of the human race. Those are the two scales, and right now we're kind of in between that, where you can go to get caribou in the morning just in your car and no one's going to stop you. Think about that. That's where we're at right now. This has been It Is Wednesday. Thanks for listening.